What's going on, players? All right. What's going on? We are here, and we're doing a mock draft. Let's just check. We are here. Yep, looks great. I had that open because I was getting the thumbnail. But all right, I'm ready to do some stuff. I got PFN loaded up here, and I got PFF loaded up here. I'm gonna be doing PFF for my main. I'm gonna be doing a 3-round. Nope. Why is caps lock on? 3-round mock draft. 1.0. There we go. Now we gotta select all. We're gonna do 3 rounds. This is how it's gonna work. So I haven't done like my official mock draft yet, but I figured, you know what, Combine just ended today. Might as well get a 3-round mock draft out. I have some interesting ideas that I'd love to put out there. So you know, let's just hop right into this. First, I'm gonna. All right. All right. Make sure the stream is looking good. It is. By the way, I did just start a new channel. It's called Backfield Blitz, a Seattle sports show. We don't have any videos up yet, but it's me and a couple of my friends. We're all Seattle fans that are running it. So, but we haven't posted anything. I'm hoping later tonight or early tomorrow we're gonna get our introduction video up, and then I'd like to do a couple Seahawks mock drafts on there. Get, you know, kind of my combine thoughts, risers and fallers, stuff like that. Just post it up on there. I think that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice to have a channel dedicated to football. That's gonna be really nice. So, you know what? Let's just hop right in here. I said that before and then went on my phone. All right. Brady Beard with fucking 45 comments. All right, so we're gonna hop in 3-round mock draft for all teams. I'm using PFF. I obviously hate the rankings for PFF because why wouldn't I? But you know what, that's fine. I think this PFF is the only one where you could kind of force trades through, and the trade values are pretty accurate. So I do like PFF quite a bit. Now I am gonna be doing kind of half what I would do and half predictive. So it's not gonna be full either way. But I'm gonna kind of good like this for the Bears pick. If it were up to me, I'd maybe trade back with the Patriots, pick up some extra draft capital, and take Marvin Harrison Jr. because I think Justin Fields is really good. But word is that the Falcons are going to be trading for Justin Fields. So let's actually put that put that trade through right now. I do like that you could trade for players here. Bears are going to be trading Justin Fields to the Falcons, and I think a third round pick is reasonable for Justin Fields on 1 year left on his contract. I think that's reasonable. So there we go. Justin Fields is now on the Atlanta Falcons for a 3rd-round pick. And for the Chicago Bears, we're going to be going with Caleb Williams. It's the easiest pick. It's the obvious pick. I mean, yeah. This Washington Commanders, they definitely should take Drake May. But I also do like the idea that not a lot of people are talking about. I like the idea of them maybe trading back to 6. Say the Giants want to jump up, grab Drake May or Jaden Daniels. I don't think Jaden Daniels. I think Drake May would be the guy for the Giants if they're trading up. But I do like the idea of the Giants maybe trading up to 2 Although, in division trades usually don't happen this high up and that often. But I would, or even the Titans if they're thinking about trading up for a QB. But I think I'm going to stay here and I'm going to select Drake May. Jaden Daniels is fine. And I think he's the third QB off the board. I think between Drake May and Jaden Daniels, it's kind of a toss-up. But Drake May, he's lean, he's small. I don't know. I don't trust a QB like that behind a lackluster O-line. Again, if I think the best option for the Commanders would be to trade back maybe with the Giants, maybe another team that wants to move up, Vikings, Broncos, trade back with another team, get a lot of draft capital, take one of the best tackles off the board, and then maybe get a Bo Nix or a Michael Penix at your number 32 spot. I think that's the best position here for the Patriots. There has been a lot of traction with Joe Flacco going to the Patriots. So I really like the idea of Joe Flacco going there and then him kind of starting for the first half of the season while where is he? Jaden Daniels is 22. See, this is why I hate PFF. They have Jaden Daniels at 22. While Jaden Daniels sits behind Joe Flacco for the first half of the year. I like that idea. I don't love Jaden Daniels, but if you have a veteran QB and a veteran presence in that QB room, I think that would be really good for Jaden Daniels because all he's really done is improved steadily throughout his career. Now for the Arizona Cardinals, obviously you got to take Marvin Harrison Jr. As much as I hate it, you got to do it. There's not much to talk about. He's the number one wide receiver in the draft. That's their biggest need, assuming they don't re-sign Hollywood Brown. And even if they do, Hollywood Brown and Marvin Harrison Jr. don't compare. They're polar opposites. So I actually think if they re-sign Hollywood Brown, that's even more reason to draft Marvin Harrison. I think they're the perfect complement to each other. All right. Chargers, having running back as their biggest need is wild. The thing is, Jim Harbaugh, people are talking about Brock Bowers to the Chargers. I don't see it. I don't get it. I'm going to say Jim Harbaugh loves that heavy running offense, and Joe Alt is the guy to do that. Joe Alt is absolutely, Brock Bowers at 16, I hope so. But Joe Alt is absolutely the guy to do that. I think he is. He's definitely that heavy run scheme that Jim Harbaugh is always looking for. I am going to try to do quite a few trades here because normally during the draft, especially in the first round, there are a lot more trades than people typically mock. But this is not a spot where you do a trade. I think here Malik Neighbors still on the board. The Giants need a wide receiver, and Malik Neighbors is, for some people, arguably the best receiver in this class. I don't think Rome Odunze compares to Malik Neighbors very much. Rome Odunze is the number one red zone threat in this class, but I think his best fit is on the Jets, and I think I'm going to go a different direction for the Jets. We'll see in a few picks. Titans, it would be really, really stupid for them to pass on Olu Fashanu here on the board. I think he's the best tackle left on the board. Tali Fuaga is great. He had a really good combine today. But I don't know. I just think in terms of play style, I think Olu Fashanu is the perfect guy for Brian Callahan. And if he brings over his dad, I think that'll just be great. Perfect O-line coach. Just really, really good. Now here, Falcons, not a single defensive player off the board, so they have their pick and they could go Dallas Turner right here. But why would I do that when you could have the greatest 1-2 punch in Drake London and Rome Odunze in the red zone? That is a really good pick, and I don't know if I could pull the trigger on it. See what I think I'm going to do here. this is something to think about. Because the Bears, let's talk about who the Bears might take. Bears might take the best defensive player on the board. I'm gonna do a trade here. This might not be a popular trade. I'm gonna have the Vikings trade up. A lot of people had the Vikings taking a quarterback. I don't think so here. Vikings are gonna throw in. They're not interested in trading. Well, bitch, like. All right. Why does it say they're not interested? I don't like that, man. I don't like that. I think what's the best trade value here? I think I don't think it really matters because obviously they're not going to throw in 42 to move up there. I think they throw in a future second and we're going to throw in 109. We're going to force the trade through, and the Vikings are not trading up for a QB. They have essentially no edge room on their team, and they're trading up for Dallas Turner because I think if Dallas Turner is on the board, that's where the Bears go. So Vikings trade up for Dallas Turner, and I think that is a really good pick. Again, the trade value might not be 100%. I just did that because it didn't really matter that much because none of those picks are going to be in this mock. But I think that's really good. Danielle Hunter, they don't have the money to bring him back, and they don't have any other edges on the board. All right, Bears right here. Now, this is very interesting. I don't know that it's going to go this way, but I mean, lots of talk. I like to talk about MHJ to the Bears, and Marvin Harrison with DJ Moore would be really, really explosive. I do like the idea of Romo Dunze to the Bears. He's a really good red zone threat, but a guy that hasn't been talked about in the top 10 in quite some time. I'm going to go with Brock Bowers to the Bears at 9. And I haven't seen anybody do that, but I really, really like it. They have Cole Kmet. He's solid, but Brock Bowers gives them a star tight end for the next 5 years. They have their franchise QB of the future. They have their wide receiver one of the future in DJ Moore, and they have Brock Bowers, their tight end of the future. I really like that. They could go O-line with that pick, but I don't see the reason to beef that up when they don't really need to. Not this early. I think Brock Bowers is a really good luxury pick there for them in the top 10. And I think Caleb Williams, Brock Bowers, and DJ Moore is a really, really good pairing. And they could grab another receiver in the third. This is a really deep wide receiver class. So no point in limiting yourself here. Now, here's the thing. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody is talking about the Jets taking a quarterback. Nobody. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. Because here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers has one. Maybe they could squeeze out 2 years left on Aaron Rodgers. I don't think it's going to happen. He just suffered a fucking Achilles tear as an old-ass man. And they need a QB of the future. I know they have bad experience. They took Zach Wilson. They have bad experience selecting QBs in the first. But maybe if he sits, develops behind Aaron Rodgers for a year or maybe 2, that's very, very much worth it. Because if Aaron Rodgers goes down again, you trade Zach Wilson for a 6th-round pick, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got nobody. You're going to do Trevor Siemian out there? No. Blake Boyle? Boyle? Not Boyle. I said Boyle, didn't I? Blake Bortles? No. You need a backup QB for Aaron Rodgers right now, and you need a QB of the future. And I think the Packers ruined the ideology of drafting QBs. And I'm going to go with J.J. McCarthy to the Jets. Very, very, very crazy pick there. And I haven't seen anybody do it, but I fucking love it. And look here. The Falcons were going to take Rome Odunze, but they traded back and they still get him. Easy grab there, and I love it. All right, on the clock are the Broncos. Now, their guy, J.J. McCarthy, is off the board. I could see them going with an interesting approach. Here's the thing. No cornerbacks have gone off the board. They need someone alongside of Pat Surtain. I'm going to go with Quinyon Mitchell. I think he complements that defense really well. It's not really a Sean Payton pick. I think that's what I would do if I'm them. I really like that pick. And all right. Now we're going to trade up one pick with the Saints. 13 for 14. They're not interested in trading. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. All right. Was throwing 149. See, that's the thing. It doesn't really matter, this one. All right, we'll go with a future third, and we'll throw in 149. Force the trade. All right. Saints are thrilled. They get to trade up just to make sure that nobody jumps them. They're going to trade up and get Tali Fuaga. That's the thing. Ryan Ramczyk has not panned out, and they need a good tackle. Trevor Penning hasn't really done anything, and they need a good tackle to slide in there. And I think Tali Fuaga, still on the board at 13, is tremendous value. He always tends to slip in my mocks because I don't value Tali Fuaga as highly as some other people do. That's fine. All right, and the Raiders here, I don't think they take a QB in the first round. I really, really don't. Who is on the board here? All right. I think, you know what? I think a good pick for the Raiders here is Byron Murphy. I think he fills in that inside role. I think that's a really good pick for them. I haven't thought about that much, but I think that's a really, really good pick for them. Wow, that's incredible. All right. This one I have not done before this trade. The Jags are going to jump the Seahawks. Jags are going to jump the Seahawks. They're going to throw in this pick. Force the trade. All right. The Jags are going to jump the Seahawks in order to grab Jackson Powers Johnson. And I think that's a really good value pick. I think that's really smart for them to jump the Seahawks, to grab JPJ, because they need a center. They really need a center. And he's just great value. He's worth that extra third-round pick. For the Seahawks here, I'm not going to trade it. I think after today, Troy Fautanu boosts himself into the top 16, and I think he goes at 16 to the Seahawks. I think after the combine today, I think that's great value for Seattle, and I'd be really happy with that. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be really happy with that, because the thing about Fautanu, he's not just a guard. He could play probably all 5 positions on the line. I wouldn't put him at center, but that's the thing. You draft him and you have your left guard, but if Abe Lucas gets hurt, you could put him at right tackle, and there you go. So he's a left guard, a starting left guard, but also a contingency plan for Abe Lucas, and I really like that. Um, onto the Colts here. You know what? I have not. They are likely going to franchise tag Michael Pittman. They do have Alec Pierce, but I think the best grab for them, they have Troy Franklin over Brian Thomas, which is fucking wild. I think the best grab for them is Brian Thomas. I think that would be a really good pick for them. Wow, that would be amazing. That would be fucking awesome. Now here, J.C. Latham is here, but I'm going to go with Amarius Mims for the Bengals. I think with his combine today, he ran a 5.07 at 6'8", 340 pounds. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. How do you even do that? But it was amazing. He has crazy explosiveness. And honestly, tackle is just the easiest pick for the Bengals there if Brock Bowers isn't on the board. All right. Here, for the Rams, I might have to think about this for a minute. You know what? Laiatu Latu still on the board. I think that's an interesting grab, and I'm going to do it. I think him right across from Byron Young is really good. If they get Laiatu Latu, their O-line or D-line is solidified completely. They got Laiatu Latu and Byron Young on the edge, and then they got Kobe Turner and Aaron Donald. That is one of the scariest D-lines in the NFL. That just works for them. Steelers. See, this is an interesting one here. See, it's easy to take a cornerback. Ennis Rakestraw, I think, could be a good fit for them. But with Nate Wiggins on the board, he had himself a day. I'm going to grab Nate Wiggins right to the Steelers. I think that's a good pick for them. They do need DB help, and that just kind of works out there. All right, Miami Dolphins have to go interior offensive line. Graham Barton on the board. You know what? Let's see who's on the board. Oh, you know what? I have a really... All right. Detroit Lions are going to trade up. Let's pull up the NFL trade value chart just to make sure. Just to make sure here that I'm doing this right. Okay, so with Miami is 800 and Detroit is 640. So we need 160 of room, which is going to be the third rounder. So that works out fine. All right, we're going to do the not 73. 73 is way too high. Yeah, we're going to do this one. We're going to force the trade through, and there we go. Lions are trading up ahead of the Eagles to take Terrion Arnold. I think we're going to see a run of DBs here. But, yeah, they trade up to get Terrion Arnold, jump ahead of the Eagles, because I think the Eagles have to go DB here. And I think that's really good for the Detroit Lions. Now, Cooper DeJean is really good. He's really, really good. He's versatile. As he could play in the slot. He could play in the box. I really like him. I'm going to take him for the Eagles here. I know he's an easy draft for the Packers, but I really like him on the Eagles. All right. It's taking quite a bit of time here. Just wait for this to load, I guess. Let's talk about the Texans pick. Wow, this is still fucking running, huh? it really didn't like that Cooper DeJean pick. It broke the mock draft because they're like, no. Cooper DeJean goes to the Packers. Always. All right. Come on, man. Because that's the thing. If I refresh the page, I'm gonna have to redo this. Sure, let's do it. Yeah, reload. Just reload this shit, man. Like, I'm not just gonna sit around here. All right, so let's do this. Let's redraft. Okay. Chicago Bears are trading with the Atlanta Falcons. They are trading Justin Fields to the Falcons for pick 74. Force the trade. All right, and then start the draft. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, MHJ, Joe Alt, Malik Neighbors, and then Fashanu off the board here. Falcons trade back with the Vikings. Do 11, 8, future second, 109. Force the trade. All right. Vikings grab Dallas Turner. Bears grab Brock Bowers. Very shocking. Very, very shocking. J.J. McCarthy goes to the Jets. All right. Rome Odunze there. Quinyon Mitchell to the Broncos. I had the Raiders trade back with the Saints. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. All right. And then they get Tali Fuaga. Raiders get Byron Murphy. Colts actually traded back with the Jags. Jags jumped and gave him 96 for JPJ. Seahawks sat and took Troy Fautanu. Colts grabbed Brian Thomas. Very interesting pick there, and I love it. Amarius Mims to the Bengals. Broncos. All right, Leatu Latu off the board there. Nate Wiggins. Then we traded the Lions here for 92, and they took Terrion Arnold and then Cooper DeJean to the Eagles. There we go. It worked that time. There we go. So here for the Texans, Jared Verse still on the board is very enticing. I think that could be a good grab to get him kind of opposite Will Anderson, but it would be really nice for them to get another wide receiver. And Keon Coleman. Oh, I really like Keon Coleman. I'm gonna grab Keon Coleman for the Texans. I really like him there. I think that's a really, really solid grab for them. Cowboys are going to go with J.C. Latham still on the board. It's really easy to take tackle for them. It's been easy to take tackle for the Cowboys for the last 4 years. So I really like that. And then I think here we go with the classic Packers reach, and we're going to grab Ennis Rakestraw Jr. Some people have him very high because he does backpedal very well. He is very good at following the receiver, but I don't know. I just don't love his game. He's still kind of a raw prospect for me. I don't love him, but Packers usually do reach on a prospect, and I think that just works out there with Ennis Rakestraw. Buccaneers on the board. This one's interesting. Graham Barton could be a good grab. Graham Barton. I think Jared Verse could also slide in there pretty well. They have Peyton Wilson at 28. This guy, who's built like the fork from Toy Story, is a first-round grade on their boards. What the fuck? That is great. They also have Cam Kitchens, I think, as a third round grade. Let's check it. Yep, Cam Kitchens as the fifth, sixth, depending on how you feel about Cooper DeJean, safety. Crazy. Just fucking crazy. Is that because of the combine performance? Because he was clearly playing through something. So, he was clearly playing through an injury. So, I don't know. Or playing. He was clearly doing the drills through injury. But if they launch Peyton Wilson up here just for his drills, that is absolutely ridiculous. And he should not. He's a third round linebacker. I don't understand that at all. All right. So I think Graham Barton might be the grab here. I really do. Yeah, I'm gonna go Graham Barton here. I think he really fits into that right guard position really well for them. Cardinals on the board, and this just kind of all works out for them. I normally take Kool-Aid McKinstry, but Jared Verse still on the board is a really good value pick for them. I think at that point you just gotta draft purely for value. If a guy falls, that's that good. Now Bills, it's really easy to grab. It's really easy to grab a wide receiver for the Bills, but like I said before, this is such a deep class, and they have a pick at 60. I'm gonna go with Jerzon Newton here to the Bills. I've never seen that done before, but I think they could draft purely on potential, and they really don't have many solid interior guys that are on their team for a long time, so I think he works out there. Dolphins traded back. They traded back, and I think, man, the Zach Frazier at 34 is kind of crazy. I did not love his combine today. I really did not love his combine today. But I think Jordan Morgan might be the pick. But Tyler Guyton's still on the board. You got to go Tyler Guyton. And I think that just works out for them. Ravens on the board. Kool-Aid McKinstry slips. I don't think he falls out of the top 30. If he's still there for pick 30, Ravens have to snatch him up. He is just too good a value right there. 49ers, I could see them going with Jordan Morgan. I could also see them taking Zach Frazier. Zach Frazier is an interesting pairing. Oh, man. Kingsley Suamataia, I think, is the best fit in terms of scheme and size for them. I really like Kingsley, and I think he works out well for them. I'm gonna go with Kingsley Suamataia at 31 for the 49ers. I just think that fits. Adonai Mitchell still on the board. 80 Mitchell is really good. Xavier Worthy at 66 after that combine is crazy. But 80 Mitchell still on the board. He's a really fluid route runner. I really like him a lot, and I think the Chiefs will like him too. Panthers need another wide receiver too, and I like Troy Franklin, but I think after the combine he had, I think 2 Texas wide receivers go off the board back to back. All right. And Troy Franklin on the board, we just see this run on receivers here. I think that just works for the Patriots. They got their QB of the future, and Troy Franklin is a really good pick for them. Cardinals on the board again. They got Jared Verse, and they got Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what? I think Zach Frazier might be the pick. Here's the thing: they're tied to Kyler Murray for the next 2 years. because of his expensive ass contract. They're just tied to him. Or we could, what we could look at is Budda Baker as a free agent. They're not going to be able to retain him. He's an exclusive rights free agent, but they're not going to be able to retain him. I'm going to go with Tyler Nubin there. I don't love him, but I think a lot of NFL teams value him a bit more than I do. So I think that works out there. Commanders on the clock. I did say mention their O-line problems, and here's Zach Frazier on the board. I think you could shift him to guard. It wouldn't be great, but Jordan Morgan is here, and I do think NFL teams value him quite a bit. All right, I like him here for the Washington Commanders. I think it's a good fit. Now, Chargers went with Joe Alt, and I think this is a really good spot for Darius Robinson. I do like Chop, but I think he's just more of a project guy. He's not a day one impact guy, and Darius Robinson is. And with, Khalil Mack, I don't think they're going to be able to keep him. I think they're going to try to move on. They're going to try to move him, and Joey Bosa just can't stay healthy. I think Darius Robinson is a really good piece for them, whether he's just depth or a day one impact player. I think he could work really well there. Here's the thing for the Titans. This is intriguing because they do need wide receiver. The Treylon Burks experiment. I can't talk tonight, clearly. The Treylon Burks experiment has not worked out. And so I would like to take a guy like Ladd McConkey here. But there are some other value picks here, like Kamari Lassiter, that I think Kamari Lassiter could really help them out here. I think that's the grab. I think teams really value Kamari Lassiter's size and speed, and so I think he'll go pretty early. I don't have a first round grade on him, but I do think he'll go relatively early. Let's check on the screen. On the stream. Cards need OT. I agree completely, but they have so many needs. They have so many needs here. And this is a pretty deep O-line class. This is a really deep wide receiver and O-line class. And Cards have a pick at the top of the third, and I think you can get a guy like Roger Rosengarten, and I think that works out really well. But we'll see when we get there. New York Giants on the clock. They grabbed Malik Neighbors. Now I would like to grab a tackle, but yeah, I think Bo Nix on the board. I think they're going to have to grab him. I think they got to grab Bo Nix. I don't think he falls outside the top 40, and he nearly did right here. And I don't think that happens. But all right, Commanders back on the clock. Who do we take for the Commanders? Jordan Morgan, of course, and we grabbed Drake May. Yep. Now here's the thing: their defensive line, they don't even have it listed here. Their defensive line, holy fuck, is in shambles. Like, they traded everybody away. And I think Chop Robinson is going to be overvalued, like I just said. I don't think he's a day one impact guy, but I think he's going to be severely overvalued because of his potential. And so I'm gonna have him go right there. Green Bay Packers on the board. Dominic Pooney is not a fucking tackle at the NFL level. But, alright. Alright. Here is... That's the thing. Who did the Packers take? And it's Rakestraw. That's who I grabbed for them. Alright, forgot about that. You know what? I could really see the Packers fucking shocking us all here. Oh. I don't love this. I don't love this pick, but I think Jonah Ellis, like I said, Packers just tend to reach on guys that they have no business reaching on, and I'm going to reach on Jonah Ellis there for the Packers. This one's easy for me. We took Dallas Turner earlier. We clearly need a QB, and it's going to be Michael Penix coming off the board to the Vikings right there. He's going to stay repping the purple. All right. Falcons traded for Justin Fields, so they do not need a QB. They grabbed Rome Odunze, which was great. And TJ Tampa on the board. I like TJ Tampa quite a bit. I think I value him higher than the NFL does. Now here's a guy. No, but I really like him. I think he has super high upside. He has a pretty low floor too, but super high upside, and I think that's a guy that the Falcons could reach on. Raiders. You know what? I'm gonna have the Raiders grab, because who did they grab here? Who did we grab? I don't remember all the picks. They grabbed Byron Murphy, right? So we're gonna get Zach Frazier off the board to the Raiders right there. I forgot I had taken a defensive pick there for the Raiders, but Zach Frazier, his fall stops right there. Now Saints. Who are the Saints going to want here? I think wide receiver could be a really sneaky pick for the Saints. They grabbed a tackle earlier here, right? Yeah, Talise Fuaga. I think wide receiver could be a sneaky pick here. Ladd McConkey has fallen far enough. I think you pair up Olave, Michael Thomas, and Ladd McConkey. That is pretty scary. I think that works. Oh, that is really juicy. That is really juicy. Wow. That's the first time I've thought about that. All right. We got the Colts pick. For the Colts, we took Brian Thomas. So now we're going to have to go offensive line. I think Christian Haynes is going to get overvalued here, so I'm going to take him for the Colts. I do think he's going to be heavily overvalued. Now let's look who's on the board. Let's just take a moment. All right. I'm going to do a trade. I was thinking about doing a trade up with the Rams. And all right. Let's do it. Rams are going to trade up for Edgerrin Cooper, which is really scary. This Rams draft is really scary. I hope I don't jinx this into fruition. Laiatu Latu and Edgerrin Cooper is really, really scary. But being able to trade up for Edgerrin Cooper is a really good value pick there for the Rams. I really like that for them. Jags traded up for JPJ, I believe. Yes, they did. So I like the idea of sticking here at, let's look here. Cam Kitchens is not going to fall that far. That's easy. I think he falls. I think he stays still in the second. He's not going to fall to the third round. Cam Kitchens at midway through the second round is a really good value pick for them. For the Bengals, I took tackle, and right now I'm going to take T'Vondre Sweat is way down here, isn't he? Where is T'Vondre Sweat? Am I missing T'Vondre Sweat? They have him ranked at 90. Oh my God. What the fuck? That is not Myles Murphy. Not the one we know. That is crazy to rank him there. But Bengals are going to go T'Vondre Sweat. That's really good value, having him on the board. All right. I think. Okay, so let's take a minute. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Roman Wilson. Let's take a minute to think about that. That is the deadliest. That would be the deadliest wide receiver trio in the NFL, I think. This is kind of crazy. But I really like this. I hate it because it's the Eagles, but I really, really like that. That is incredible. You got AJ, because then anytime AJ Brown eats the double teams, you get Roman Wilson one-on-one, 80-yard touchdown. That is terrifying. Wow, that works really well for them. That is really scary. Giants took Bo Nix and Malik Neighbors. All right, they need a good replacement inside. It's going to be Chris Jenkins. They lost Leonard Williams. I know Chris Jenkins is not a defensive end like Leonard Williams is, but they do need a replacement for him. And I think Chris Jenkins is a really good grab here for him. All right. Steelers on the clock. I think Cedric Van Pran might be very interesting. He didn't test out very well. I hate the way he tested out. Tanner Bortolini at 209. That's going to change. That's going to change. After the way he tested out today, he's going to jump up into a day 2 pick, I think. That's going to change. That's got to change. That's very, very interesting. Cooper Bebe at 141 is also insane. I'm going to go Cedric Van Pran here for the Steelers. Decent value. Dolphins win Tyler Guyton, and you know what? They need a replacement here. Sione Vaki had a horrible combine. No. I like James Williams. The thing is, he can play safety and linebacker. He's more likely going to be linebacker at the NFL level because he's 6'5". But I do like what this. Wait a damn second. What? They have no. They have Jalen Green listed as a safety. What? No. What? No. No. What? Okay. Okay. There are two different Jalen Greens, right? That's what we're seeing here. There's okay. Because let's take a look at this one. Sure, just select all. It doesn't matter. Let's look at this one, right? Okay, let's take a look here, down here, because I know they have Jalen Green out of James Madison, and then let's see, is there another Jalen Green? What? Okay, I'm losing my mind. Here. Okay, where I am, Jalen Green, Mississippi State. Mississippi State he's a safety. Yeah, okay. Now let's look at Jalen Green, James Madison. He's a defensive end. Okay, dude. That's good. I've never even heard of Jalen Green, the safety, so the fact that PFF has him in their top 200 is wild, because I've never heard of him. I like Jalen Green, the defensive end, out of James Madison. That's why I was so fucking confused, because I'm like, nah, this guy is not a safety. I was about to clown on PFF so hard. Wow. That was wild. Wow, that was wild. You know what? I could go Jatavion Sanders here. I'm going to go Jatavion Sanders. He didn't have a great combine, but he did stumble during both of his 40 times, and I think the NFL still values him as a second-round guy. Eagles on the clock here. Eagles took Roman Wilson and Cooper DeJean, right? Yep, Cooper DeJean, Roman Wilson. We're going to go... I think we have to go O-line here. Christian Mahogany could be a nice piece here. Tanner Bortolini at 209 is just fucking insane. Christian Mahogany? No, I think Cooper Bebe. He's not going to fall as much as PFF wants him to. It's just not going to happen. Cleveland Browns with their first pick, and they're going to go Kalen Bullock, because that is just a fit for them. It just fits perfectly. It just does. And I'm going to keep Jonathan Brooks in Texas, first running back off the board, right to the Cowboys right there. That's great. Cowboys get a tackle in J.C. Latham, and they get a new running back because Tony Pollard is gone. Packers on the clock. I wish they showed me who I fucking grabbed here. All right. We got Jonah Ellis and Ennis Rakestraw. Got it. I remember now. And now we're going to see Kieran go off the board here to the Packers. It's just good value there. It's a great value pick, honestly. Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the... I think Christian Mahogany, I think they reach on Christian Mahogany here. I really think they could reach there. That is a big reach, but I do think that'll happen. And now Braden Fisk, we're going to see the slide stop. After his elite combine, he did kind of slide here because I don't love him early round 2, but I think late round 2 is great value for him. They're on the clock. I did say wide receiver class is very, very... it's very deep, very deep. And I like Jalen McMillan here. Ooh, I really do like Jalen McMillan here. Or do I like Jalen Polk? Do I like Jalen Polk? I think I might go Jalen Polk over Jalen McMillan. Yeah, I'm going to go Jalen Polk. Yeah, there we go. I like both of those guys. I think they would both do well in Buffalo, but I think I got to go Polk over. I think I got to go Polk over McMillan. All right. Now, Detroit Lions. How long have we been streaming for? 55, 56 minutes. A news in the sports news that the MLS League is ranked 12th in the world. A question: has soccer in the United States become more popular in recent years than in the past? I don't know. I fucking hate soccer. So, don't ask me. All right. Detroit Lions on the board. They traded up here for Terrion Arnold. Yes. I think you could get a good guy opposite Aiden Hutchinson, and that's going to be Braylon Trice. He fell quite a bit here because of his horrible, disgusting combine. Why did he lose 30 pounds just to run slow as fuck? I don't get it, but whatever. It's none of my business. All right. They grabbed who did they grab? They grabbed Kool-Aid. That's the thing. They are franchise tagging Matabuke, but Brandon Dorless. I think Dorless is going to be more of an edge, and they are losing Jadeveon Clowney. I like the idea of them getting Dorless there. I think that works well. Niners desperately need DB help. Javon Bullard is undersized, but I do think the NFL values him so well just because of how athletic he is. So I'm going to go with Javon Bullard. All right. Chiefs, they grabbed wide receiver A.D. Mitchell here. And I think they could stick D-line. I really think they could stick D-line here. And I like Leonard Taylor here. I don't think he's gonna fall out of the second round. I don't. I know he had a bad combine, but I don't think he falls out of the second round. He was once touted as a late first round guy. He's not gonna fall that far. All right. Now we got the Panthers on the clock. They grabbed wide receiver. So here I do like. I'm looking at my picks here. They have Justin Bugby as an edge, which is wild. That is really crazy. You know what? I think Ben Sinnott had himself such a good combine. I'm going to have him go right there. I am. All right, Cardinals. Who did they take? They took Tyler Nubin, Jared Verse, and Marvin Harrison Jr. So, let's look who's on the board here. Tackle. Patrick Paul on the board. He's going to get grabbed right there by the Cardinals. Commanders on the clock. I think I'm going to go with Peyton Wilson here because he did have himself a good combine. I don't think he's worth this pick, but he did have a good combine, so I think he will go. I think Marshawn Kneeland had himself a really good combine, so I could see him going here to the Patriots. I'm going to try to speed it up here. Because I have been doing this for, an hour already, which is wild. Chargers on the board. Who did we go with for the Chargers? We got Darius Robinson and then Joe Alt. I think I go wide receiver here, and Jalen McMillan on the board. I like him. I'm going to grab him there. All right, and tackle on the board here. Blake Fisher is going to be the guy for the Giants. I think they need some replacement there because Evan Neal sucks ass, clearly. I'm going to go with Jaden Hicks for the Cardinals. I know they grabbed Tyler Nubin, but I really do not like their DB room. And two safeties. Tyler Nubin really, I think, could sit in the box, and Jaden Hicks can kind of move all around that defense. I think he could even play corner. So I really like them getting two safeties in the top 100. I like that for them. Jets on the clock. I think they go with Ricky Pearsall. Because they got J.J. McCarthy here. I'm going to get Aaron Rodgers, some more wide receiver help. And like I said, this is a very good tackle class. So later on, beginning of fourth round, I think they can get Roger Rosengarten, and they are pretty set there. All right, on the clock here with the Lions. You know what? I think this is interesting here. I think I'm going to go with Zach Zinter. I think the NFL does value him very highly. I don't like him. I like him in day 3. But I think the NFL will value him pretty highly. And I think he'll get grabbed definitely in day 2. Hopefully not by the Seahawks, because I think that would be big mistake. Big mistake. All right. Chicago Bears. They're on the board here. They had 2 straight picks. Who did we take for them? We took Brock Bowers and Caleb Williams. And all right. They got 2 straight picks here. They got this pick because I traded Justin Fields to the Falcons. So, I think Brendan Rice had such a good combine that he's going to shoot up draft boards. And then I do think Max Melton is still a really good corner. I'm going to grab him there for the Bears. On the clock are the Broncos, and I think the skid stops for Jermaine Burton. There we go, right to the Broncos there. And now here is where, all right, because who did the Raiders take? Do a quick check. Zach Frazier and then Byron Murphy. So Spencer Rattler off the board there. Very easy for them. On the clock, Seahawks took Troy Fautanu. Junior Colson still on board is such an easy grab for them. Falcons are going to take Mike Sanders still. I think he's a really good guy. He's Devin Witherspoon light. He's really, really good. I think they're losing Tyler Boyd. I like Johnny Wilson, but he's like 6'6". He's not gonna, right? 6'7". Wow. Flip him over to tight end. Yeah, I don't like him there. I might like, who's on the board for tight end? Cade Stover still on here. I'm gonna grab Cade Stover for the Bengals because they grabbed Tavondre Sweat here and a tackle, Amarius Mims. So I do like that pick for the Bengals. Seahawks on the board. They grabbed Troy Fautanu and then Junior Colson. I'm going to check for here. I think I think Tanner Bortolini shot himself up. I think he could go to Seattle here. I really, really do. Yep, that's what I'm going to do, I think. I'm going to go Tanner Bortolini in the 3rd to Seattle because his combine was just unbelievable. He did so well. So I really like him there. Why is Roger Rosengarten at 187? The Colts are going to go with Roger Rosengarten here. He also launched himself way up on boards. Rams went with who? Rams traded up for Edgerrin Cooper and then got Laiatu Latu. Yes, I remember now. That was scary. But they were going to have to go with offensive line. And I think... okay, who do we got? Dominic Pooney is not going to be playing tackle. I think they can take him there. I think that's good value for them. I do. I really do. All right. On the clock are the Steelers. We grabbed Ennis Rakestraw and Cedric Van Pran, if I'm not mistaken. So I do like the idea of going with Jeremiah Trotter. I don't love him as a prospect, but I think he might be valued in day 2 still. The Texans got... Who did they got? They got Braden Fisk. They're having a really good draft here. They got Braden Fisk, and they got Keon Coleman, which is just unbelievable for them. Fisk and Keon Coleman. And I think they might just take the best prospect on the board here. I really do. I hate the rankings here. I think Cedric Gray is going to be the best value on the board there for the Texans. Now here, Johnny Wilson is going to go here. He's a stud. I like him a lot. His longevity concerns in the league are, he definitely has them. But, all right, we got for them, I grabbed them a tackle and Jonathan Brooks. So we're going to head over to the defense. And Michael Hall still on the board is going to be an easy grab for them. That's just great value. I think I'm going to go Blake Corum here. He didn't have a great combine. He had a bad combine, but I still see him as a day 2 guy. I don't think he's going to fall too far. And then I think Bucky Irving, 2 running backs off the board in a row, going to go right there to the Bucs because I think they do want help for their guy. Who is their running back? Why can't I think of his name? He fucking destroyed the Seahawks. Come on. That's embarrassing. I can't think of it, but whatever. We know who he is, so. Fuck, why can't I think of... Come on. Rachaad White. Got it. They also grabbed Chase Edmonds last year, but I do like Rachaad White. All right. The Cardinals. Mason McCormick did have a really good combine. I think I'm going to grab him for them there. All right. Green Bay Packers grabbed who? All right. They got tackle there. Tackle help. Jonah Ellis. And a cornerback. And then they grabbed Blake Corum. So I think Rook Orohoro I think he's a grab there for them. Like I said, they already grabbed Jonah Ellis, but I do think he is more of an edge rusher. They have him listed as a defensive interior, I believe, when Jonah Ellis is definitely an edge rusher. Dolphins on the clock here. I'm gonna go. I do like Maurice Lafau. I think he has a day 3 grade for me. I don't see him going that high. Who did we grab here for the Dolphins? So they forfeited that pick. Dolphins, we got Jatavion Sanders and Tyler Guyton. Those were their picks there. All right. Let's check interior. I think the NFL is going to see Satuau as an interior offensive lineman, so I'm gonna swipe him off the board there for them, and I think that's a really good pick. Having both Lamau and Tyler Guyton, I think is really good value for them, and you can never complain about having too many offensive linemen, really. Just checking the stream here. All right. Then for the Ravens, I do like the idea of going with another wide receiver, and I think Xavier Legette is that guy. I think he works really well for them. And I think I'm going to stick with the wide receiver and for the Niners, and I think Malachi Corley is the guy there. What do they have here? Yeah, Malachi Corley is going to be the guy there for them. The Chiefs, they have Chris Braswell just ranked way too high. I think this is going to be a big reach here. I think I'm going to go Xavier Thomas for the Chiefs. And I do like that pick. I don't think it's too bad. I'm gonna go with Chris Abrams-Draine for the Colts. Eagles on the board. I went with who for them? Who did I grab for the Eagles? Cooper Bebe, of course. Cooper Bebe, Roman Wilson, and Cooper DeJean. All right. So now we have to lean towards linebacker, edge, defensive interior. And you know what? Dwayne Carter is pretty good value there. He's pretty good value. Niners back on the board. I'm going to go with Bo Limmer. I am going to go with Bo Limmer. I think they'll value him quite a bit. All right, we got a wide receiver, and we got Jerzon Newton for them. I'm going to go with Maurice Lafau. I really like him. And I think he's really good day 3 value, but at the end of the 3rd, I think that's fine. Just picking him up there. I think the Giants could go with a second wide receiver here. I like Jacob Cowing. He had a really good combine, and I like him here with the last pick for the Commanders. I'm going to go, where's he at? McKinley Jackson to slide in that inside. So that's it. The final draft here. This is the first round. Full results. Got round 2 and round 3. So that is it, guys. That is how we did it. So here you go. Had fun. I'm not going to do any more here. I was just going to do that one mock. So here we go. Had fun. Take care, guys. And again, subscribe to my channel, my new channel, Backfield Blitz, a Seattle sports show. We will be posting soon, hopefully tonight even. So take care. Later, guys.